asset, which should not be more than one half the life of the assets. Okay, now take note. Please give particular attention that when we talk about cash flow, there are two types of cash flow, regular and irregular. And the formula that I gave you with regards to payback period applies only when the cash flow is regular. Claro? Okay. Using the same example, we have 120,000 and 150,000 last time, right? Okay. We will be using that in computing for your second tool that does not consider time value of money. The second tool that does not consider time value of money is known as accounting rate of return. Have I discussed accounting rate of return? Yeah? Okay, the same one. Okay, so let us have this information, additional information. For project A and for project B, net income or let's have VROR is equals to 20%. Okay? VROR. What is VROR, by the way? Desired rate of return. So net income for product A, let us say 15,000 per year. And for product B, 30,000 per year. Now the formula to compute for accounting rate of return. So did I give you the formula last time?
Average annual income.
Okay, average annual income, or let us say net income divided by net investment or initial investment. Using the same formula or using the same example I gave you last time, for product A we have net investment of 120,000, and for product B we have net investment of 150,000, right? Am I right? Okay, so therefore, accounting rate of return. Do you know what is the other term for accounting rate of return? Anybody who knows what accounting rate, aside from accounting rate of return? Additional, or let's say another term for accounting rate of return. Huh? Yes, correct. That is your ROI, or return on investment. Pagyato na, return on investment. So therefore, the ROI for product A is 15,000 divided by 12,000 or 120,000. That will give us how much? Ilang percent? 12 divided by 120, 15 divided by 120, 12.5%. Okay, and for product B, or yes, for project B, we have 30,000 divided by 150,000. Ilan? 20%. Okay, let's try to evaluate which of the two products or which of the two projects is a good project. A or B? B, are you sure? you sure? Huh? Are you sure? Why? Okay, so what is the benchmark when using ROI? The benchmark when using ROI is to compare your ROI with your cost of capital. Okay, please take note, the ROR is another term for cost of capital or hurdle rate. If you are borrowing money from a bank and you are paying 20% interest, your ROI should not be below 20%. Clear? It should be above 20%, above the hurdle rate. Ang natawag siya na hurdle rate, kaya dapat lapawan siya. Hindi ka pwede kasuhod sa ilalo. Klaro? Any questions? Any questions? Pagulay? Pagulay din. Pagulay din. Okay. So, I have discussed already payback period and payback reciprocal. By the way, did I give you the advantages and disadvantages for using payback period?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so I need not explain that anymore. What about the advantages and disadvantages of using accounting rate of return? Wala, sir. Okay. The advantages of using accounting rate of return is, first of all, it is very simple to use. Okay? It's very simple to use. Na simple lang. Natapang formula nyo ba? Ano yung memorize na that? Net income divided by initial investment or net investment. Right? Okay? What else? It is the best surrogate for net income na yun. Hindi na yung risks. Because payback period is the best surrogate for risks. What about this one? It is about what? Profitability. Right. We're talking about net income, therefore it is about profitability. And the accounting rate of return or the ROI revalidates all information of the project because information is readily available at the accounting records. O, accounting records niyo, ang net income mo, nila, araw-araw, sabi mo na makita sa income statement, hindi mo na makita ang iyong 120,000 and 150,000 sa balance sheet. So it facilitates the evaluation of the project due to availability of data from the accounting records. Third, it considers income over the entire life of the project. That is why the formula that we are using is average net income divided by average investment. So, kung kada tuig, sa sulod sa 5 tuig, may sari-sari ka na net income, all you have to do is to add and divide it by the number of years. For investment, that will be divided by 2. Now, it is 0 sa start. Then at the end is 120. So 0 plus 120 divided by 2, that will give you 60,000 average investment. Claro? Clear? And it also has its own disadvantage. Its disadvantage is, or are, it does not consider time value of money. And second, since we are using income and the book value based on historical accounting record, Therefore, the effect of inflation was not considered. Ang epekto sa inflation, wala pa-consider or is ignored. Okay. Nga sa dito, kaya wala siya nanggamit sa ginatawag na time value of money. So, na-ignore ang inflation. So, there are only two disadvantages of using accounting rate of return. But the question is this a tool used to evaluate capital investment? Answer, yes. So, not all tools is a perfect tool. Every tool has its own advantages and disadvantages. Okay, so we now learn that there are only three tools that does not consider time value of money. We have payback period, payback reciprocal, and we have accounting rate of return. Now let's move on to those tools that considers time value of money. The first tool that considers time value of money is the present value. Tumating na tapos niya? Sa paano ka mo mag-compute sa present value using your calculator?
Yes.
Do you know the formula of present value?
Yes.
Sige, tagay ko isang formula sa present value. Present value is equals to? Ha? Ano? Present value is equals to 1 plus I raised to the power of n or negative n? Are you sure niya n? N or negative n? Present value meaning to say in the future, the value, the purchasing power lowers. Negative n. Okay, present value is equals to 1 plus I raised to the power of negative n. Okay? Or, pwede man siya na 1 divided by 1 plus I raised to the power of n. Ako na sa iya power. Ako na sa iya ang positive n. Okay? Claro? Or 1 plus I raised to the power of negative n. Here, wherein I is your discount rate or your desired rate of return or your cost of capital. Okay? And your n is the number of periods. Okay. The second tool that we can use to evaluate capital investment decision is the future value. Or the future value factor. And that is 1 plus I raised to the power of n. Huh? 1 plus I raised to the power of n. Meaning to say, cash flow times 1 plus I raised to the power of n. Now you can transform your cash flow using future values. By the way, mamangkot ako, nakakita mo mathematics of investments? Nakakita niyo ang mga among formula? Wala ako sa mathematics eh. Jesus Maria Joseph. Wala niya kinatagpo sa statistics. Hindi niya statistics. Mathematics of investment ini siya. Mga kanina na sumakita may mga simple interest, compound interest. Ha? Senior high pa? Dito sa senior high, may tumutuloy sa present values, mga sinking fund, amortization, annuities, perpetuity, interest na, discount, discounting, Discount lang. So, do you know how to use your calculator to compute full present value? Sino tudlo? IA. Kabalo ka mo mag-compute sa present value ordinary equity of 1 using your calculator? Do you know the formula for that? Formula?
No.
Sa calculator lang. Okay. Basta sigurado nga, kabalo ka mo ha, hindi na kayo magtudlo ha. Okay. Now, another method that considers time value of money is your annuity. Annuity is a series of equal payments at equal interval of time. A series of equal payments at equal interval of time. The first naman, nag-deposito ka pa ng 500 every period. Parehas, every period. Huh? So what will become of your 500 after several periods? So that is annuity. Or annuity is just, an ordinary annuity is just an accumulation of all your present values. This is very, very important because we have two types of cash flows, regular and irregular. Okay? So now, the next tool that we can use to evaluate capital investment, capital investment is known as your net present value. Net present value. Ibutan mo dali ang format ha, paano kina-compute. To compute for the net present value, please take note and inculcate this in your mind that we have two types of cash flows, regular and irregular. Okay, if the cash flow is regular, to compute for your net present value, we have cash inflow or net cash inflow times the present value of an ordinary annuity at end period. Okay, present value of 1. Present value of 1 at blank percent ordinary annuity at end periods. Okay. At salvage value, please take note, salvage value is the value of your investment at its terminal life. Sa katapusan niya, yung life. Okay? You know what salvage value? Hindi lang? Sa kunalabot yan ang iya na estimated life, abo na ang value niya at the end. Intindi? So, the salvage value is still considered as cash inflow because when you sell it, the salvage, the value at its terminal life can be converted into cash. Claro? So, salvage value of the investment at its terminal life times present value of 1 at n years at its terminal life. Add na. Please take note. Add na. Number ko. This is now your total present value of cash inflows. Less net investment. The result is your net present value. Okay? The result is your net present value. Now take note that this is the procedure if the cash inflow is regular, palarihas, salalama, ang ginagamit, ordinary, annuity. Okay? However, if the cash inflow is irregular, like the cash inflow in our example problem sa 150,000 kada year, ang lain yan na cash inflows. Did you notice? Okay? Kung lain-lain, then for each cash inflow, you have to multiply it with the present value factor. The present value factor of that year using the same desired rate of return or cost of capital for every year. Then we accumulate. Again, we add the salvage value. That will be the total present value of cash less the net investment. That will give you your net present value. Okay. We will be using the same example problem A and B. Kita ng A and B. Ay kinatag ko, ang 120,000 kaya 150,000. By cash inflow mo na dira. Am I right? Okay. Now take note that the life of A and B is different. Ilang lives ng A? 15 years. Ang yansang B? Yansang B? 6. Okay, so this is the life of A is 15 years. Yansang B, 6 years. Okay? Let us assume a desired rate of return of 10%. This is your desired rate of return. Claro? And project A has a salvage value. Salvage value for project A is 20,000 and for project B is 50,000. At the end of its terminal life. Naintindihan? Okay. Can I erase this? So, now take note that project A has a regular cash inflow. At pila ko kada tuig? Pila ko kada tuig? Ang kada cash inflow niya pila? 12,000 for 15 years. Kaya flat yung 15 years. Sakto? So to compute for the present value of cash inflow, that will be 12,000 times the present value factor of an ordinary annuity at 10% for 15 years. Okay, natawag ka. Makapalos sila mag-compute. Present value factor of an ordinary annuity at 10% for 15 years. No? 15, no? 1.10 divided by 2 times equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That will give you 7.606. Huh? 7.606. Sakto? Okay. So that will be 12,000 times the present value factor of an ordinary annuity at 10% for 50 years. That will give you 7.606. Tatlo lang ang decimal points, ha? Ganito siya. This will give you 7.606 times 12,000. That will give you 91,272 plus may salvage value pa sa kuno nga 20,000. We have 20,000 salvage value niya times the present value factor of 1 peso for 10% or 10% at the end of its terminal life. Okay, so you have 1.10 divided by 2 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That will be 0.239. Okay, tandaan yung procedure. So that will be 20,000 times 0.239. That will give you 4,780. So therefore, the total present value of your cash inflow was 91,272. That will give you 96,052. This is now your total. Less net investment of 120,000. That will give you the net present value of 23,948. This is your net present value, negative. Okay? Claro? Yes. Claro? Yes. Okay. Let's move on to Project B. Project B. Ilan na sa Project B? Is it 6 years? 6 years? Is that some? 6? It's not a 6. So let's compute for the present value of cash inflow. Okay, year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ilang cash inflow for year 1? 10. For year 2? 20. Year 3? 40. Year 4? 10. Year 5? 30. Year 6? 60. Okay. 6 years, ha? Ano? Clear? Okay. We are going to multiply each of these by the present value of 1 at 10% for 6 years. 1.1 divided by 2 times equals, the first year is 0.909. Next, 0.826. 0.725, 0.683, 0.683, 0.684, 661 and 0.56564. Okay. Multiply and add. And still we have the salvage value. Okay? For the salvage value, we have 50,000 times 0.564. Okay, year 1, ilang cash flow? 9,000? 0? 90. Year 2? Ha? 16,000? 5? 20. Year 3? 30,000? 040. Para madasip ng total? Ha? 100? 14,950 plus sa salvage value. $50,000 times 0.564. That will give you 28,200. So total cash inflow will give you 143,150 less 150,000. 6,850 is your net present value. Okay, this is the net present value for project A, and this is the net present value of project B, considering time value of money. Now, question: which of the two project should we pursue? A or B? A or B? Which of the two projects should we pursue? Kung sige nun, ang aton niya, hindi kita na sa duwa ka project yan na, sabihin kita ma-invest sa project A o kung sa project B. Are you sure? Are you sure? Decision making. Ha? Wala. Na, puro na lang sila negative. Pero kung papiliyo ka sa tuwa, hindi ka na lang sa lesser evil. Right? Kung mo sinisiyang which of the two is better, kaya anong better eh. Pero kung pamamutol ka din sa duwa ka, ikaw ma-invest, wala ka sa may hindi ka mag-invest sa lahat duwa. Now, the result is negative. Clear? Now, nagkatakan mo isa ka point ha. When your IRR, what is IRR? Internal rate of return. When your IRR is equal to your DROR. When your IRR is equal to your DROR, net present value is equal, or is net present value is 0. Okay? when your IRR is equal to your DROR, the net present value is equal to 0. When your IRR is greater than DROR, your net present value is positive. When your IRR is less than your DROR, please take note, ini gina-desire mo lang, ini ang tutuod niya return. Ha? So kung nagtutuwag ka return, mas manupo sa imo nga gina-decide to return, ang iya sina nga net present value is negative. So meaning to say, when your net present value is negative, your IRR is less than your DROR. So meaning to say, if your DROR is 10%, pila ka percent ayan ang IRR? Ha? Sila ka percent ang IRR? Less than 10%. Okay? Now take note that if you take hold of a present value table, kung nagdalantaw ka sa present value table, kaya kita na sa present value table, nakikita mo ba? Ito ay mga rates ba? The certain factors that when your interests or when your desired rate of return moves higher, kung nagasaka ang imo desired rate of return na ginagamit or ang interest or ang ayaw mo ang ginagamit, ang factor sina naganubo. Ha? Naganubo sina ang iya na factor. Intindi? Intindihan? So, we cannot visualize it. If you cannot visualize it, then look for the table of present value. Kung taon mo ang rates, ngayon kung mag-increase ang rate, ang imo sina na present value factor na ganubo siya. Okay? Intindi? Intindihan? So, buot silingon, kinahanglan mataas ang IRR sa DROR. Sorry, yung mga desired rate of return. So this is the first tool. Now take note of how we compute. You can use this already to try answering questions in the material. By the way, the first 5 questions in the material pertains to the computation of cash outflow and cash inflow to determine your net investment. Number 5, 6, and 7, I think, is about present value. Payback period. Payback period. Okay? And the rest is about time, considering time value of money. Okay. So, any questions with regards to net present value? Any questions? Mabudlay? Mabudlay din. Wala si may mabudlay kung ginapraktisan ng ina. Kung wala ko na ginapraktisan kung ginatulong lang, hindi mo rin siya madala sa tulong. Hindi mo rin madala sa tulong kung yung mo. Ano naman? Sa labo naman? Please take note ha, nagabata ko nga, hindi ko na nauyunan ang word is naon. I don't like to use that word. Ha? Because that is a sign of enviousness. Diba? Am I right? That is a sign of enviousness. You are tolerating yourself to be envious, to be sinful. Because that is one of the venial sin or capital sin. Oh, ako nang sada ni Cain, ang pagkamaimon, hindi man pagkamaimon, abuse. Then it leads to basta isa ka hindi siya pagkatto sa violation of the Ten Commandments, it becomes a capital sin. So envy, ano ginalin niya? Murder. So thou shalt not kill. Oh. Gluttony also leads to violation of your Ten Commandments. When I talk about gluttony, it is not only about food. Everything. So gluttony to money, to properties, not only to food. Kadalog-dalog, ako na din nila. Mapagkadalog-dalog, hindi lang sa pagkakot. Oh. Ano na ba yung mo sa Ten Commandments kung gugulos ka? Ha? You will start coveting thy neighbor's goods. Neighbor's wife, yung adulteria, last na siya. Okay, any questions so far? Now, assignment for next meeting that will be on Friday. I'm still going to give you